Hi, welcome back along to the TheThrottleCable. I'm Rob, and in this video I'm going to show you how to remove the rear bumper cover off of a Porsche 996 and also take off all of the heat shields around the exhaust so you can get access to the cats, the mufflers, the O2 sensors, or whatever you might need to do down there. I'm also going to be replacing quite a few of the fasteners with stainless fasteners just for a bit of longevity. So I'll show you exactly how that's done right now. If you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe and also hit that like button as it helps boost the profile of the page. Anyway, let me show you what to do. These are the tools I'm going to be using. I've got my screwdrivers to be releasing the Phillips, which are underneath and on top of the bumper. I've got my socket set, that's just to help me release the rear light clusters and also the guards around the exhaust. And then I've got my impact driver, which is just going to help to release any screws that may have slightly rusted and be sticky. Just helps to break them open rather than using a screwdriver alone. I've got a couple of new bits and pieces to go back in. So I've got some stainless screws which I'm going to replace the standard Porsche screws because they really rust and corrode. These are 4.8 by 19s, which is the standard size for them, and they're a flanged pan head. I've also got some new flange nuts to go around the exhaust guards because I've got a couple that had rounded slightly when I tried to release them, and because of that I'm going to put a little bit of copper grease on the inside of these threads. And the reason I want to do that is because these go straight onto some studs that are part of the bodywork, so if you ruin those studs then it becomes a big issue. So yeah, a little bit of copper grease will stop them from seizing on there and just help in the future to get things moving. I've also got my blocks and my jacks. I'm going to lift the back of the car slightly, it makes it easier to get underneath down there, and then a blanket laid out ready just to lay out the light clusters and the rear bumper to stop it from getting scratched. So right, first things first, I'll pop the bonnet and get the lights and the top screws out of the car. To release the rear lights, really dead easy. So it's just this 10mm nut. It looks like one of these, which I've just taken off from the other side. That allows you then just to draw the light outwards, straight backwards, and then you're just left behind with a connector. There's one little tab just to lift up and remove the light. You'll also see the emergency cord here, which sits under your light to release the engine deck lid should you get stuck with that closed. With both the lights removed, you then just got 4 Phillips that you just need to zip out. So 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th one. So you zip those out and then this metal bar lifts out and that releases the top side center of the bumper there. Next, there's 2 hidden screws that are just sat vertically behind the bumper. So they come in and screw up just there and the inside lip of the rear arch. Now I've got the car up on the jack stand, it's quite easy to get to that. You just need to know where it is, and if you just look under the lip, you can just see it there, set up tight. It's sort of hidden behind a little shroud of the bodywork paneling there, but it just comes in, zip those 2 out, same each side, and that's all the screws from the top side of the bumper. So once you've got the 4 screws removed from the center and you've got the 2 hidden screws on each corner of the bumper, it's then time to get underneath and release the 6 screws that sit under here. And you've got 2 screws that you'll find on the side, so 1 and then 2. Then you've got another one that just sits inside the exhaust up here, 3. Same on the other side, that gives you the 6. They all go into speed nuts. This one doesn't actually have a wash around it, whereas the other 2 will, so you've got to make sure you get all of those parts out from under there, and then we can start removing the bumper. So that was the last 6 screws out from underneath the bumper. I can now bring the bumper back, and there's a cable that comes into the lights for the number plate. Just need to unclip that, then I can lift it away and come and place it down over on my mat. With the bumper cover lifted away, you can then start to disassemble all of the heat shields. First, you've got to do the side heat shields, just because the center one actually laps straight back underneath here. So once you've released these from each side, you can then lift off the bumper bar, which carries the last heat shield. By removing the bumper cover, you've actually unscrewed from 2 speed nuts here and here, the lower part of the heat shield. You've then got 5 nuts to release. These are all 10mm. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, And the fifth one slightly hidden up at the back of the arch there, 5. Release those 5, and you can just lift it out and towards you. It will catch because it loops back up under this piece of metal, so you sort of have to lift it towards you and drop it down to get this upper part of the plastic to clear out of the arch. But yeah, it will come straight out at that point. With both of the corner heat shields removed, that gives you good access to get up into the mufflers. Then it's just a case of releasing 2 17mm bolts that go straight through the bumper bar, and then that will just lift straight out. They're quite long bolts, they come all the way down to the bottom of the bumper bar, so you lift those straight out from the top, then you can remove the whole bumper bar, which takes with it that lower heat shield. Then you can get to the cats. So with that last bumper bar removed and that last heat shield, this is what you end up with. Really nice access to everything under the car, the cats, the mufflers, the O2 sensors, whatever you need to get to. Now very easy to work on. Reassembling is just the reverse of everything we've done, but the final step before I put everything back together is just getting my new hardware ready. So all of my nuts I've now just greased with a little bit of copper grease to stop them seizing, and all of my new stainless steel fasteners are ready with the existing washers to get everything back together. So I'm just going to pop it all back on the car. Just a quick look back under the car. Now it's all back together. Here's the stainless fasteners, so you can just see them running around the periphery of the bumper there. Should stand the test of time quite nicely.